Good afternoon, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today I'm going to share with you question number 11 from Drew Keys' book on Narcissists Exposed. The question about being, what about an NPD test from the internet or a book with regards to narcissistic personality disorder? Should I take a test to assess to make sure, hey, am I narcissistic? Am I not doing well? Should I do this just so that way I'm behaving well in front of others, friends and family? I'm not becoming a mean person, right? Am I really being a good guy, good lady? But this is a great question to discuss further, and I want to share some of my background experience with you to help you along with this question if you've had this thought. So let's get this topic started. So here's question 11 from Drew Keys on what about an NPD test from the internet or a book? And so I highlighted here, I think the most important piece, you must see a qualified diagnostician such as a psychologist or psychiatrist if you suspect an issue. And now I do work with clients. I am I'm preparing to become a clinical social worker in the future. But the thing is, sharing with you in the future, okay, so some therapists, a professional, someone who could help you with that question as far as being evaluated, being checked for that kind of disorder. And if you don't have that kind of resource, okay, you could go always check online, check PDFs, books, anything really to help you learn about the disorder. That'll kind of give you a clue. But that's where I'll first suggest that to you. Just start learning, researching, taking a look back and seeing what it is about narcissistic disorder, and if you have those traits and personalities, and start to just research and look into it. But the fact that you are looking into it, I would argue you wouldn't have the disorder because you're curious, you want to know about it, you want to know, is it my concern just because I'm not a troublemaker or bad person, making problems with people in life. I just want to make sure people are okay, because you're being self-aware, you're becoming conscious. You want to make sure that others around you are safe and not hurt by your actions. And that is something very nice to consider. And I'd argue that's just a reflection of who you are as a person and making sure that you are not being a problem person, as I mentioned earlier, but you really are diving into your reflection, and that is a sign that you are more than just a narcissist, quote unquote, right? Because you are really diving into your personal belief, the belief that, hey, there is more to me. I'm not a monster. I'm not a bad person. And that is something that we should all consider. It's a negative thought thinking, wow, I had a breakup with this lady, this guy, this divorce, this terrible situation that happened at work with a friend, a priest, a pastor, etc. And I just think back over and over again, and I have these negative thoughts, and that plays in your mind, and you start to think, wow, I must be a really evil, bad person. I must be this evil person, dark horse that no one wants to talk with, because they realize, hey, I can really come out of the blue and just really make your day miserable. I can make it bad because I could just try to steal your money, steal your fame. I can make you look bad in front of others. I can do all these things. But you see, the more the negative thinking plays in your head, the more you think, okay, am I bad because I'm thinking it so much? I'm just having these repetitive thoughts? Not necessarily, because I would argue you can be anxious, anxiety. You could be fearful because you realize, wow, I'm just overthinking this and I don't want to become or do a bad thing ever again. But here's my tip for you on that. Take a moment and pause and think, I am a good person. I may have done a bad thing in the past. I may have said something that was not so well in front of another person, but I can do good things. I can do good things. Say that over again for a minute or two and just think, okay, maybe I had done bad things, but I can do a good thing today. Maybe I had done bad things, but I can do good today. And we all need to have that kind of reflection, that self-care, as far as not falling into the trap of saying we're bad, evil people. You have to be strong and resilient, and we are going to step on people's toes because we have to stand up for what we believe and do sometimes. Even in our most kind aspiration, sometimes we run into another person who has that kind aspiration, and two ships collide, and boom, you have a collision. You have a argument, some discourse, and now everyone is saying, oh, I wanted to do this, but this person said this, and oh, then does a rumor fly, okay, whatever, all these bad things that come after the disagreement. But the point is, I shared in an earlier video this week on playing the villain. And the thing is, with that idea, just be authentic. Be yourself in the sense, hey, if you see me as a villain, okay, then I will be your villain in your story. But in my story, I know that I'm doing the right thing by doing what is right in this moment right now. So as I mentioned earlier, some people will say, okay, that other person may not be a good person, stay away from them. But then when you talk with that other person and you learn more about their story, you realize, wait a minute, 2 sides to every story, or maybe 3 if you're looking at it from a perspective of someone from a big screen like God or the creator looking down into that situation, helping you in the story. But think about it like this. There's multiple stories, multiple angles, and whether you want to talk with the villain or the hero, or you have your definition set in the reverse or whatever, vice versa, you learn about people. You learn about who they are, what they've done, and then coming back to you, do you need to take a narcissistic test? And I would argue, no. If you're having these kind of questions and these thoughts, consider just reflecting and thinking about what you can do to improve upon yourself so that way you can grow and not have to waste money or spend anything. Because I'll share this with you. We all have the power to improve and succeed. And people may say, oh, wait a minute. Should I see a therapist or a psychologist if I really need the help? Yes. I'm just saying, trust in your skills first, too. If you need help in getting that strength, then go and see a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor, someone who could help you find that strength. And so from my perspective to you through a channel on YouTube, that's for me as a future counselor, life coach, sharing with you, you can do good. You have the strength. You have the strength to reflect and to think, okay, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good lady. I'm a good guy. I can do good things for people because I know that I have the ability to do good. I'm not evil. I'm not bad. I'm a good person. I am a good person. And just say that over and over again and find peace within yourself, because I know from me to you, being a counselor, you can overcome bad things in life. I've done bad things. I've done things in the past that I'm not proud of, but I know that by sharing, talking with others, that's a good way to help alleviate some of that stress. So who will you talk to if you don't have that personal reflection right now, that peace in your life to have that self-reflection? Who are you going to talk to as far as these issues? Or if you're already there at self-reflection, great. Grow in self-reflection. Allow yourself to speak to yourself, find peace with you, and love yourself, and you will grow, and you're not a bad person. So that is from me, from Mike the MC to you. I hope this video finds you well. Take care, and always remember, reflect, and come to know that you are a beautiful person, and you can do good things. Alright everybody, take care. Have a good one.